We are up way too early for this. We get some woos on the cooking channel. Welcome back to Snow Dog's Cooking, where if I can cook it, so can you. It's early. I was supposed to get up about an hour earlier for this, but I didn't. It's early in the morning. Why are we up so early in the morning cooking food? That's not breakfast. I'm sure you can tell by the title. Today we are making slow cooker pulled barbecued pork, and it's gonna be delicious. And as always, hi, I know I have to make your breakfast next. We have best kitchen helper, second best kitchen helper, and third best kitchen helper is right there. Hi. She's like, I know, I gotta put this together really fast so I can make your food. Now, what are we gonna need for this? You are going to need a pork shoulder, which is what I have here. This does have the bone in it. You can use the bone or not the bone. I use pork shoulder. You can also use just pork butt. That's, pork shoulder butt. That's pretty much what this is. So you're gonna need one of these over 3 pounds. This one is actually 6 pounds. So for this one, I am going to be using 1 cup of Sweet Baby Ray's, about a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and then about a half a cup of the chicken broth, which I will make that. Now, if you're using one that's only about 3 pounds, cut this stuff in half. It's not gonna look like a lot of liquid, but it actually is. We're gonna take all of this and we're gonna put it into the crock pot, and we're gonna cook it low and slow all day long. I know, low and slow all day long. I swear I'm gonna make your breakfast as soon as I throw this in the crock pot. So I found one of the easy ways to get all of your stuff mixed together is I actually mix it in a little mixing cup. So I have a cup of the barbecue sauce, then I'm gonna add the apple cider, I'll add my half a cup of water and my little bit of chicken base, and then I'm gonna actually whisk all that together. See, once it's nice and whisked together, it's a lot easier to pour over. Also, I do use a bit of garlic powder and pepper as well. You can season however you would like. Now, I don't add any salt to this because pork has a lot of salt naturally. So if you're gonna add salt, I highly recommend you wait until the end. All right, you can see I put some garlic powder and pepper on here. And now, like I said, the nice thing about this is you can just pour it right over. So we're gonna pour this in. Make sure we get it all in there. If there's a little bit left, you can run some water in there. And then get the rest of it out. Not gonna hurt nothing. Now, we're gonna put the lid on. We're gonna run this for between 8, which mine already counted down some, between 8 and 10 hours. You want the internal temperature of this to be 165. So depending on the size of it, depending on how big it is, depending on your crock pot, 8 to 10 hours. So we're gonna check this in 8 hours. We got about 3 hours left on this. It's looking really good. I did wanna note, I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's for the barbecue sauce. Memphis is not in the kitchen, can you tell? You can use whatever kind of barbecue sauce you want. Open pit is my favorite, but since I'm making this for company, I went with Sweet Baby Ray's because it's kind of a tradition that most people like, but use whatever type of barbecue sauce you want with this. Anything your heart desires, throw it in there. Throw some brown sugar in there if you want to. Don't constantly take the lid off your crock pot, but I want to peek. It's got like 2 hours left. Woohoo! Well, you can see the bones starting to come out of it. And see, as you can tell, like I was saying earlier, this is gonna make a lot of extra juice. And we are gonna save about a half a cup of this juice to mix back in with it when I add the barbecue sauce and shred it. But I'll show you that in a minute. Oh, I wish you guys had smell-o-vision. Looks amazing. And I feel like we have a complainer over here. First best kitchen helper ever is like, Mom, you forgot to open the gate. I did. I forgot to open the gate. Where's second best kitchen helper ever? Let's check on third best kitchen helper ever. Hi, how you doing? The oven's not even on. She's like, I don't care, I don't want it in the kitchen. Okay, you stay wherever you would like to stay. Checking the temperature. Oh, it's hard to read on camera. It does say 196. So you want it to be above 145, but really since it's pork, 165 and above is probably even better, but I'm testing it. It's at 199.5 and climbing. Make sure when you test your meat with a meat thermometer, don't do it right by the bone because that will give you an inaccurate read. So now I'm gonna pull this out of here. We're gonna let it rest for like 15 minutes and then we're gonna shred it. Look at how amazing this looks. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna let it rest for like 15 minutes. While that's doing that, you can see it steaming. There's some juice in here with some good stuff. We wanna take about half a cup of this juice and set it aside. And I'm gonna strain it so it doesn't have a bunch of stuff in it. You don't necessarily have to, but I'm going to. So I'm gonna take about a half a cup of this, set it aside, and then clean out the crock pot. This smells so good. Now there's a couple different ways that you can pull this apart. This is going to pull apart really easy just with your hands. Like you can put the gloves on and you can peel it apart that way. Or with a fork, you can cut it up and put it in a bowl and like shred it in the bowl. Or you can put it in pieces in your crock pot and shred it that way. I gotta let this cool before I do anything, at least a little bit. I did strain some juice to save and I cleaned this out. I didn't super rinse it out because I'm gonna put everything back in here and heat it back up so we can eat it. Let's go for the taste test. So this doesn't have any extra barbecue sauce on it. You could totally eat it just like this because it's got that flavor because we cooked it in barbecue sauce, but of course we always add more because it's so hard. It just like melts. It just melts in your mouth. Perfect. It's perfection. If you're wondering where the kitchen helpers are, they're downstairs because it's game night, so they're hanging out down there. Now, if you're picky like me, a lot of this is fat. This is a very fatty meat. It is really like melty, but I do tend to take and scrape some of the fat like off. Like you can see, this is a great big chunk of fat. That's all that is right there. So I'll take that and kind of scrape that away just to leave more of the meat. Nobody wants to bite into a big piece of fat. So, and then I take and I put it over here in a bowl and I'll start shredding it. I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, so as I said, you can do this with a fork or it's pretty soft. You can kind of just peel it with your fingers. Wash your hands. I did wash my hands. So I kind of just peel it. Like those pieces are a little long, so I'll probably rip those in half as well. But you can see I've pretty much done the entire thing, and I've pretty much done it all just with my hands because it's easy. Or you can use the fork system, however you want to do it, whatever makes you happy. But just know, it is messy. Okay, I already put some back in, but take your leftover juice, pour that back in, and then you can turn this back on. And I usually put it on low for like 30 minutes, but we gotta add one more thing. Now, you can add as much or as little of this as you want, the sauce. So I usually squirt some on. For how much I have, I'll probably use like half of this bottle. And then of course you can always add more, but we're gonna put all that in there and stir it together. All right, all nice and coated. Again, you don't have to use a ton, but get it all nice and coated. I'm gonna try it. Everybody's downstairs waiting for food, and I'm up here eating. They should be up here. Do the thing. This is so good. Why is it so good every time? Oh, I was also gonna tell you, I shouldn't talk in my mouth full. You can do this with chicken as well. So if you got a whole bunch of chicken breasts you need to use, the same thing. Works really good. We're gonna go make sandwiches. Oh my goodness. Now, as I said, top this with whatever you want, whatever type of bun you want. I do like the sesame seed buns. We've also done onion buns before. I like mine with pickles or the coleslaw, which we're doing coleslaw on this one. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is gonna be delicious. Oh, weird. I hear a little nose right here. I also see a little nose right there. And of course, we all know third best kitchen helper is not in here. Oh, you didn't get anything from this, huh? Okay, let's fix that. All right, first best kitchen helper ever gets a cookie. Second best kitchen helper ever, you have to wait. Third best kitchen helper ever gets a cookie. Second best kitchen helper ever gets a cookie. Only because that's the order of age. So, sorry, it's not pulled pork, but at least you didn't get left out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you would like to try something.
She's like, I would totally take a bite of that, Dad. All right.
This is a monster.
It's a monster. But we need your review. Yeah? The coleslaw is good. I told everybody you can do coleslaw or pickles or...
It blends really good.
Yeah, yeah. Don't knock it till you try it, right? All right, let me see that again. Beautiful. Okay, we'll let you eat your sandwich in peace now.
Thanks.
So, oh my goodness. Now, I have made this many, many, many times before. You can also make this in the oven or in the Instant Pot, but honestly, the slow cooker is the best method. This type of pork can be a little bit tough and it's very fatty. So the idea behind cooking it in the slow cooker is it kind of lets everything cook together. That fat kind of makes everything melt in your mouth pretty much. I don't know how to explain it any other way. But yeah, that was amazing. And if I didn't say it, you can top it with coleslaw, you can top it with pickles, you can top it with whatever you want. My favorite is pickles, but I also like it with coleslaw, not a sweet coleslaw. Some people want a sweet coleslaw. There's so many different things you can do with this, and this will feed a lot of people. Also, it freezes really well. So you can put it in little containers and you can freeze it, you know, portion it out for sandwiches for yourself, or if there's only 2 people in your house, portion it out for the 2 people. Works great. Let us know if you guys end up trying this. All right, you guys, we hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive, dream big, and we will see you again soon. Goodbye, audience.